guys, so today I thought I would do a video that I've been putting off for a very long time, and I thought I would make an anime collection video, which is why I'm stood here. Go figure. Might be a bit of a long one. Let's get started, I guess, by showing you some of the stuff that is around my anime collection to start off with. So first we have the Panda Collection. People question my love for pandas. I have a very large love for pandas. We also have all of my con badges over here, as well as a little Totoro that I got in London when I went to go and see the Zelda 25th anniversary thing. That's what's around the shelf. There's also a little memento that I got from Paris, which is the stupidest thing in the world, but they were selling keyrings with the Eiffel Tower with the pandas on. Why would I not buy that as my memento from Paris? So anyway, the actual anime collection, I guess. Let's get started! First we have Little Norse Prince, which is a pre-Ghibli film, which apparently I got for £4 from somewhere. Next is another Ghibli film, which is The Castle of Cagliostro. First official thing in the Studio Ghibli collection would be Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. Next would be The Cat Returns from the Studio Ghibli collection. Then we have Porco Rosso, which is one of my least favourite Ghibli films, which apparently I bought for £8 from CEX. Next is Ponyo, which is probably in my top 5 Ghibli films. I mean, it's about raccoons, come on. Next is Kiki's Delivery Service. After that is Laputa Castle in the Sky. And then we move on to probably my second favourite Ghibli film, which is Howl's Moving Castle. And another one of my favourites, they happen to come in sequential order, according to the spine, is Princess Mononoke. After that is My Neighbor Totoro, and Grave of the Fireflies comes afterwards. This is actually the double disc set, but I don't know what's on disc 2. That's the thing I should probably watch at some point. Next is Whisper of the Heart, followed by My Neighbor the Yamadas, which was on special offer at Forbidden Planet. Ooh. After that is probably one of my least favourite Ghibli films, Spirited Away, followed by Only Yesterday, which is definitely my least favourite Ghibli film. Next is Tales from Earthsea, followed by probably one of the worst pieces of garbage I've seen in a while, Ocean Waves. Next is Ponyo on the Cliff by the Sea, otherwise known as Ponyo. Oh no, look at the case! And last in the Ghibli films, obviously, because there are no more out on DVD yet, is Arrietty. Kind of along the same lines, is one of the best things for me, personally. Panda Go Panda, which is a kind of what Totoro was based off of, if you can't tell. Or the design for Totoro, at least. Next is probably one of everyone's favourite films ever, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. After that, we have Welcome to the Space Show. We get some series now. I haven't watched this yet, but I'm really looking forward to the time when I can. Volumes 1 to 3 of Mushishi. Next is a series that I'll probably never ever finish, which is Red Garden. Next, which is something again I haven't started watching yet. That's going to be the trend for this video. Promise you now. Next is Cashin Sins Part 1. Next is the complete series of Eden of the East, followed by the first film, The King of Eden. Next are a couple of films, being Evangelion 1.11 and Evangelion 2.22, followed by something I apparently bought for £2.50, which is Neon Genesis Evangelion Death and Rebirth. Can you tell? I don't take the stickers off sometimes. Next was a gift from someone, I don't remember who, but volumes 2 and 3 of Heat Guy J. I don't have volume 1, so obviously I haven't watched this yet. After that is Blood the Last Vampire. By the way, did anyone ever see the live action film to this, and did anyone else think it was unnecessarily long for an adaptation of a 45-minute anime? Moving further down, we have the film Millennium Actress, followed by something that I still haven't watched again, Dead Leaves. Guys, we've got our first box set and it sucks. I've never actually watched this series, but I've heard a lot of bad things about it, and that is She, the Ultimate Weapon. Moving on from that, we have volumes 1 and 2, which is the entire series of Buso Renkin, which I've only watched about 4 episodes of. We're on to shelf 2, guys! We've only got 3 more to go, and we've been recording for 13 minutes. In terms of the collection, this is actually one of the first things that's not a UK release, but it is the Australian release of Quella Magi Madoka Magica, along with volume 1, because I haven't had the money to buy the English edition of Madoka Magica yet, but it will happen, I promise. Next is the entire series of Fruits Basket, and I actually bought volume 4 first, so this spine is different to all the other ones, and that bothers me. That's what it looks like. Next are both DVDs, or the complete collection of Zammed Lost Memories, or Bonen no Zammed, or whatever you want to call it. that one. Colossally disappointing series for me. Next is probably actually one of the biggest bulk things I have, which is the entire series of Elemental Gelade, all of which I think I got from Computer Exchange. Moving on, we have volumes 2, 4, 5, and 6 of Black Cat. As you can probably guess, since I don't have volumes 1 and 2, that's still a series that I haven't watched yet. Next up, we have volume 1 of Chobits, which was one of my least favourite series and massively overrated for me. Moving on, we have volumes 1 and 2 of Death Note. Personally for me, volume 1 is very special to me because it's signed by Brad Swale, who was the voice of Light from Death Note. Very, very special thing for me. Next is not the complete set of one of my all-time guilty pleasures, but it's all that they released in the UK, and that is volumes 1 to 4, which is episodes 1 to 52 of Mare, or Marchin Awakens Romance. It's such a vastly cheesy series that I can't help but recommend it to, like, everyone. We have volumes 1 to 6, surprisingly, of one of my favourite series ever, which is Darker Than Black. And following that, we have the entirety of Season 2 and the OVA, Gemini of the Meteor. Moving on from that, we only have Part 2 of this, because I'm strange. Part 2 of Eureka 7, the complete collection from Bees. Before I move on to this thing here, I'm going to show you my figures really briefly. So this is my Konata and Yutaka, I think. From Lucky Star, I got these expos and things like that. And over here, we have one of my favourite figures, which is my Figma of Len, the Vocaloid. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that Beck Mongolian Shop Squad is actually one of my favourite series, so I had to get the shiny edition of it. So this is what the box set looks like. There's my camera, and if we look inside, I only have 3 volumes of it. But it did come with a bunch of stickers and a plectrum. I've only got 3 volumes of this because I've actually found that I've had problems finding volume 2. What I do have is volume 1, volume 3, and volume 4. We don't have volumes 5 and 6 in this country. I might import this series from America, eventually. Alright, third shelf, let's go. This is an interesting one for me because these were my first 2 anime DVDs, being the Oh My Goddess OVA volumes 1 and 2. There's a lot of Oh My Goddess, to be honest. Next is Oh My Goddess the movie, followed by a lot of random odds and ends from Oh My Goddess collections that I've seen cheap, I guess. I don't know which one this is, but it just says Oh My Goddess Volume 3 With or Without You, so you can maybe work out what collection this is. Then we have Oh My Goddess Flights of Fancy Season 2 Part 3 and Season 2 Part 2, followed by all 4 volumes of The Adventures of Mini Goddess. Moving on to, I guess, a classic for me. We have the Pokemon collection. Hooray! So the first one is obviously Pokemon, the first movie, followed by Pokemon the movie 2000, which is actually my favourite, which is probably an unpopular opinion. Obviously followed by Pokemon 3, the movie. Next is Pokemon Forever. I like what they did with the title, that's so clever. The 5th movie, Pokemon Heroes, the movie. I believe this is the 6th movie, which is Pokemon Jirachi Wishmaker. The only other 2 films I have I bought very, very recently, which is Pokemon the movie Black, Victini and Reshiram, and Pokemon the movie White, Victini and Zekrom. We have Pokemon Chronicles, the complete collection, which is probably one of my favourite Pokemon series ever. It's really, really good. If you ever get the chance to watch it, do it, because it's awesome. Next is another very, very, very special one to me, and something I did a review on forever ago, but has since gone, is Tokyo Underground, which again is signed by Brad Swale, as he said, "Hi Abby," and then signed it, because we're buds. I wish we were. Next is one that I'm super, super excited about sharing with you, which is my Quino's Journey box set, which cost me so little and now is so rare, and it is my favourite show, if you don't know that about me already. Who doesn't? Following on from that as well is actually volume 1 of Quino's Journey. This is my lender copy. Again, got it really cheap, it was like £1.50, and I love it. This is my life goal. I plan to get this show from many, many different regions because I love it so much, and then I can lend it to any friend I ever have, ever. We're gonna get onto the embarrassing side a little bit now. I got no shame, I don't care. Beyblade. Hey! So I got a big pile of Beyblade here. I have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. I can't find Volume 7 and 8 anywhere, and that makes me really sad. I got messages from people in America saying, why don't you buy the rest on DVD? This is all there is. We only ever got the first series. I would love to have V-Force and G-Revolution on DVD, but no. Next up in the collection is Volumes 1 and 2 of Suzuka. If I ever find any more of this, I'll be shocked. This one cost me 50 pence. Thank you, Computer Exchange. Okay, so we've got the Full Metal Alchemist stuff coming up now. The first one is Full Metal Alchemist the movie, The Conqueror of Shambhala. The only thing that I have in the original series is actually Season 2, Part 1, because this is so hard to find where I'm at. And another Australian thing right here. I actually lent out all of my Full Metal Alchemist a very, very long time ago. I'm never getting it back, am I? We have Part 1 of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then the box set that I got in Australia came with the OVA collection. And for those of you curious about what the box set actually has on it, it has those guys on one side, Edward and Alphonse on this side, and then all the homunculus and father on this side. I really like this box set. It managed to survive a plane ride in a suitcase, and only got slightly damaged on the way back, so hooray. Next up is the complete collector's edition of Princess Jellyfish, which came with Clara, the jellyfish. I'll show you the DVD case, I guess. This series was absolutely amazing, by the way. If you ever have the chance to watch it, I highly suggest it. We got the Yugioh to go through, guys, but we're on the last shelf here, so maybe I can finish recording this soon. Yeah. So we have volumes 1 to 9 of the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Hooray for childhood nerdisms. Following on from that, probably one of the worst movies ever, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. Next is, I don't know where this came from, but apparently the full-length feature film, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters. I've never watched this before. Maybe I should do that. And last in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection, we have volumes 1 and 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Alright, we've got some more box sets here. The complete series of Iran High School Host Club, which is probably a staple in every anime collection ever. We have Lupin III, The Secret of Mamo, Volume 1 of School Rumble, Volumes 1 and 2 of what I think is the American edition of Fooly Cooly, or FLCL. Next is the complete collection of Shakugan no Shana, Origin Spirits of the Past, followed by Ghost in the Shell. I don't know what this is. If someone wants to inform me of what this is in sequential terms of Ghost in the Shell, I would be super appreciative. Next up is Part 1 of Blue Exorcist, one of my favourite shows that has come out over the past few years. Haven't had the money to get Part 2 yet, but it's gonna happen. Just you watch. Next up is one of the Tartan Video, Tartan Asia Extreme things, which is Sky Blue, and sucked. I don't recommend this. Moving right along is something that I actually bought to review at Christmas and never watched it. Itsudate My Santa, or Always My Santa. I've got a plan for Christmas Day, guys. For that, still in the wrapper, we have volumes 1 and 2 of Samurai Deep Kyo. Half of this was a perk of being an anime club chairman, because it was left over. Getting towards the end now, we have volumes 1 and 3 of Last Exile, which I still haven't watched and would love to at some point, but I want to get the entire collection, obviously, before I do. Moving along, a film by Production IG called The Sky Crawlers, which I actually kind of liked. One of my highest recommendations is actually this next one, which is Toho no Kwon, the complete collection. Next we have seasons 1 and 2 of The Grey Man, which is actually all that was released in England, at least, and there's still another half of the series after this. Next is Full Metal Panic, Volume 1. Still haven't watched it. There is a story behind why I only have Part 3, and I will explain it soon, but Volume 3 of Gurren Lagann. At the time when I was watching Gurren Lagann, I was watching it with my boyfriend at the time, and he had volumes 1 and 2, and we watched those, and he had the really special editions of those, and there was no special edition with volume 3, but he wanted to wait to see if there was, so I ended up buying it because I couldn't wait to see the rest of the series. Awesome, man. Last but not least, we've actually finished. Hooray! Sound of the Sky, which you've already seen if you watched my Gemicon haul. That is my anime collection! I hope you enjoyed. I would love more people to share their anime collections too, so if you have one and you would like to share, let me know and I would love to see what you guys have. But that's all from me. I need to go and sit down and edit this because I've been recording for maybe an hour now. This is gonna be fun. But thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you guys soon.